Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit here, back again. Here we go. End of Parasyte. It's the last episode. And I'm not sure how they're going to end this. Because I mean, it's not going to end on the eradication of parasites, right? I mean, we've got one whole episode left and the main villain is dead. So I mean, I guess it's just wrapping up all of the like little loose ends, like, you know, Shinichi will end up with, you know, Murano, and they'll, you know, be boyfriend and girlfriend and live happily ever after. I don't know if, you know, because if this is supposed to be the end of the story, how are we expected to feel about Murano never knowing about Miggy? You know what I mean? I would. I just don't know how they're going to do it, because I feel like I don't think it'll be earned if Shinichi tells Murano about Miggy in this episode, because there's only one episode left. I feel like what would have been better if that was the case would be to tell her, or for her to have found out like quite a bit ago, and then let her sort of get over that. But, you know, because, you know, I feel like anything they do now could be I might be a bit bummed about it, like, because if he doesn't tell Murano about Miggy, then I'll be unsatisfied that way. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But yeah, I just tying up loose ends. All of the little stories that we had going on. I guess I don't know. We'll just have to see. I don't know if we'll get any sort of info on who it was that created the parasites, because it's still not. I'm pretty sure it's still not confirmed whether or not it was the mayor, because he was a human, right? And he seemingly knew exactly what was going on, but we don't know if he created it or not. But yeah, I guess we'll just get into it and see. But yeah, I think that's also, again, it's full length timer based thanks to, you know, copyright issues and shit. But if you do have your own reference footage, you can watch the whole thing along with me. I'll count down from 3 to 1. I'll say play. As soon as I say play, hit play. You can watch the whole thing along with me right now. So, here we go. Final episode of Parasyte. Without further ado, let's go. Episode 24 in 3, 2, 1, play. Really? Hopefully. Yeah. Right, okay. It's just ever changing. Is he able to do that? Huh. I wasn't expecting. This is strange. I don't get what he's. What's different? I mean, it looks like his mother. Interesting. So he can't. So is that what Mickey means when he says he's going to visit like other worlds and stuff? By But how can he forget about if he's got to forget about the dream and where you told him to do that? Damn it! Ah! I was gonna say like it wouldn't make sense for him to forget. So he's able to just do that then, like go to sleep permanently, like. college now. Ugh. I hate centipedes, man. Yeah. I was wondering where the fuck he went. I'm wondering if Shinichi still has. I feel like he won't have the superhuman capabilities or like the extra capabilities that he did have. Did he make us? Did he do that on purpose? Why did he purposely throw himself? Yeah, just hold this. I'm just gonna go through this like this little alleyway. Idiot. Why would you follow him for? I don't understand. Like what? Ah, fucking. Ah, Jesus, come on. What's he wanting? Cannibals? When was he a cannibal? He's saying this because he noticed something in him before. But he doesn't anymore. Oh, he does, but... Yeah. Can he get there in time? Miggy? Miggy. Miggy's got her. Miggy's got her. Come on. Come on, he has to. Oh shit. So what the fuck happens? I don't, unless he. I'm gonna have to fucking. So did Miggy actually? Yeah, Miggy must have actually got him. Got her then. Yeah, alright, okay. I was gonna say it because fucking. Okay. Okay, awesome. Parasyte. That is it. So, by the way, I liked the last image was Earth alone in space. Sort of brings it all together, the whole point of being alone and stuff. So there was multiple things said near enough the beginning of the episode where, like, you know, the Parasyte said sort of kind of died down and whatnot because they become more adaptable, like in society, and became more like humans and were able to sort of eat, you know, like human food as opposed to having to eat humans. But then there was another thing where it said that parasites being conspicuous and whatever, and Shinichi had, like, there was a monologue where Shinichi had said that maybe they were always conspicuous, and I thought it was interesting because, you know, they're not really all that, you know, prevalent. The only reason why it seemed that way was because Shinichi had Migi. So, you know, they were basically like magnets attracted to each other. They could sense when there were some about. Whereas if Shinichi had never gotten Migi, then they would have never, like, you know, the odds of Shinichi ever having trouble with a parasite may have never even happened. So yeah, I think it's definitely interesting, like, just seeing sort of Shinichi's thoughts on it about how he perceives things to be, and especially now that, you know, Migi leaving, like, it's such a, it's an odd one, and I don't know how to take it. Like, I don't know how Migi sort of, he's still there, but he's not. Like, he has to be still a part of him. Almost like, the only thing I can liken it to is Miggy's just gone into hibernation. A lot of the things that Miggy was saying, sort of, you know, he was saying, like, stuff like about having, like, to look through, like, he said, like, looking through other worlds and things. Like, I'm guessing what he was relating that to was imagination. That's the reason why, you know, he was looking at how Shinichi sees things through his own eyes, you know, and how he imagines them to be. And I think, like, that's the only thing I can gather, like, is it's a strange one. It's like almost like Inception of Miggy. Like, you know, he's in Shinichi's dream looking at things as how Shinichi perceives them and imagines them, and he's like talking about going to other worlds where he sort of hibernates and goes into like his own imagination kind of thing. I mean, Miggy was saying that he got access to more information since he was linked with Goto for a long time. Like, he almost like downloaded information from all of the other parasites that were in that one body, and I guess that's what give him the knowledge to be able to do what he can do, as in, like, just sort of leave. So he can kind of, like, do his own thing, but he's always going to be there because he has to be. I mean, that Shinichi's arm is, you know, that's Miggy. Like, you know, so Miggy, he is there. And at the end there, it was very strangely shot when Shinichi saved Murano. And they obviously did it on purpose, I think, because it keeps it open-ended whether or not Miggy is the one that saved her, or if it was playing throughout Shinichi's mind that when she fell, she was out of range, and he is actually the one that saved her, but in his head, he'd relied on Miggy so much that you know, knowing that Miggy was no longer there, he couldn't do anything about it. So he thought that maybe he you know, he couldn't get there in time. I think that was, like, you know, I think it's left it open ended so that it could be Miggy, but it might not have been. I think they did that on purpose, you know. Yeah, but yeah, again, the whole humanity and whatnot being selfish, like I said in the last episode, yeah, Shinichi saying that, you know, humans basically live for self gratification. That's what we do, you know, and that, you know, we can't empathize with the sort of the food chain, you know what I mean? The fact that we go out, we're omnivores, and we kill, you know, we kill other life to sustain our own, you know. We're part of the food chain. It's how it works, you know. You know, in order for something to be sustained, it has to work in the circle. It's a circle of life kind of thing, you know. That's the way it has to work. You know, as much as it's easy to, like, you know, for vegans or vegetarians, you know, to say, like, you know, oh, I don't eat meat because I feel like it's inhumane to kill animals. But, you know, I mean, if you're eating plant life, it's still life at the end of the day. It's just because it doesn't have a face, you know, you feel like you can't sympathize with it. It's still life at the end of the day, you know. Life in of itself works because of death. Like, that's just the way it is. That's how it works, you know. So yeah. I think it was very, very on purpose, and a good way to sort of end the show by the last episode having the villain be a human and not a parasite. I think that was very much on purpose. Like, you know, I was wondering where he went. What's his fucking name again? Because I've bloody forgotten it. Origami. But yeah, I don't know why Shinichi followed him, like, through that little alleyway. Like, it's just why, you know what I mean? I mean, first of all, you're going there on your own, right? So you don't have backup. Also, you're leaving Murano on her own, so you can't be backup for her if shit goes wrong. Like, you know, you're obviously just doing what you want him to do, but okay, whatever. It ended up working out, so whatever. It is what it is. I liked how Murano, at the end there, specifically said that he is worse than Parasyte, and he is right, and she's right. Something that you never really think about is that, you know, the Parasytes who are doing those things are not doing it for self-gratification. They're not doing it for the fun of it or the thrill of it, whereas Origami is, you know. So the thrill of the kills very much a thing of, like, you know, that's what makes you worse. You know what I mean? You're not killing for you know, for food or for anything other than just for the sake of it, you know, and that's what Origami's doing. So, was it implied that Murano knew for a long time that Shinichi had a parasite in him? Because, you know, she was obviously talking about, like, the times where you know, it's like what I said when that massacre happened at school, and he grabbed Murano and jumped out of a fucking, like, the fourth story or whatever it was of a building, and landed on his feet and was fine, and then jumped over a massive fucking fence. Like, you know, I think it was implied this episode that, you know, Murano had known for a while. She just didn't really need to say it, you know what I mean? I think maybe she knew that Murano was a nice change of pace. Like, you know, somebody that Shinichi could go to get his mind off it. You know, and in the end it didn't matter, you know what I mean? She, like she said in this episode, like, you know, you're human. even if he has a monster inside of him. I mean, we know what Mickey's like. He's not a monster. He's fucking great. But but yeah, like the fact is that, you know, whilst he might have a monster inside of him, he is human, and he does things like human like. He thinks like a human. His mind is his. You know what I mean? It's not something, you know, that he doesn't want to cause hurt on other people. So yeah, I kind of wonder as well, like, something that would be interesting is like how, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter in the end, is it what Miggy would have become had he actually got Shinichi's brain. And I guess it doesn't really matter, because it's all parasites are a product of it sounds like the most obvious thing to say, but they're a product of their experiences. Because guess what, the same humans are as well. But I mean, like I was saying, you know, in another episode, that parasites seem to evolve and gather things differently from what humans do. They can learn to be empathetic and sympathetic, whereas a human is born with that sort of that ability. You know, and there's always the possibility that a parasite can go down a path where they never have to learn that, you know, so they never have it. You know, Miggy for like the longest time said that he'd never understand Shinichi, and he would never be sympathetic, and you know, in the last few episodes we've seen that, you know. So yeah, I loved how, like, I loved how Miggy was like, "How do you see me?" And then a little Miggy started walking by. It's great, man. I love Miggy. He's fantastic. I need a Miggy toy. I need one because he's fantastic. So yeah, I mean, he can go to sleep permanently, I guess. It's definitely a lot of things in circles. You know what I mean? The circle of life. Everything coming around full circle. Shinichi getting his arm back. You know, for it to be his and not. You know what I mean? It's like Miggy doing something selfless and altruistic, you know what I mean? Giving him, you know, giving up his self so that Shinichi could have his arm back that Miggy originally took. It's a nice little circle, you know what I mean? And I've really enjoyed this series. It's a series that, you know, has a really sort of strong message and about humanity, and about like what humanity is and why we shouldn't be ashamed of, you know, the things that we do, or the reason why we do things. You know, sometimes you know, we are just a species that, you know what I mean, is capable of being empathetic, and we have this sort of this free will nature, you know, but at the end of the day we are a species that looks out for ourselves first and foremost, and then, you know what I mean, we have the capabilities to go out and help people, and you know, and I hope that everybody does. But first and foremost, you know what I mean, it's always making sure that, you know, you and the people you care about are fine and dandy first, and then you're able to, you know, if you're 100%, then you're able to go help other people, you know what I mean? Because it's never any good if you're not, you know, right in yourself before you go helping other people. You got to make sure that you're good with your situation first. But yeah, really interesting sort of. It definitely went a whole different way than I originally thought. Like, I thought it was like aliens and stuff, but it's not really. I mean, it was. I'm not even sure if it was confirmed. Before this episode started, I was like, I don't know if we're going to get some information regarding the person who created the parasites or whatnot, but they didn't. So they've left everything's open-ended, open to interpretation, I think. Whereas, you know, it could have been aliens and the mayor was just a fucking a mad nutcase. But yeah, they never went into detail as to how they were created, and I think that is truly on purpose. I think the point was to look at by the end of this series, to look at the parasites and see the similarity between those and humans, you know, and the sort of the question of why we exist. Parasites, you know, you had Tamia who was looking for that and never really got any, you know, never got any answers. And I think that's the point. We are supposed to look at this and be like, yeah, we didn't get any answers as to why they were created. We've got some, like, you know, possibilities of why they were, but we don't, you know, 100% know. Like, that's not a certain thing. So yeah, I think that was the whole point, and it's a really refreshing way to tell a story where you can start it out as, holy shit, there's an alien invasion going on, and then by the end of it have it be like they are, you know, they are basically us. You know what I mean? There is nothing really all that, you know, there's nothing all that different between the two. Yeah, both sides of the same coin. Interesting. Very interesting show. I really like that. Okay, so now that we finished Parasyte, we need to find a replacement for the exclusive tier shows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a video recorded and I'll put that up on YouTube. And then we will get into the Discord. The reaction recommendation channel in there will be where I gather, you know, a list of shows that will go into a poll on Patreon, and then we'll choose the show from there. So everyone who is an exclusive tier patron, make sure you get, you know, your votes in, because obviously you guys are the ones that, you know, matter the most regarding the exclusive tier. So make sure you get your votes in and whatnot. But yeah, that is all. So yeah, Parasyte, very good. I really enjoyed that. I really want a Miggy. I keep trying to figure out the word and I can't remember what it is. It's like a fluffy toy. What the fuck you call them? I don't know. I want a Miggy though. Give me a Miggy. I want a Miggy. But yeah, that is all. So thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.